Once again, I'm proud to introduce a supporter from my hometown of Cincinnati, and he's special not only because he's from Cincinnati, but State Senator Bill Seitz has been consistently among the most vocal supporters of our cause. He's faced a lot of opposition over the years, some from in the media and some from his colleagues, but Bill Seitz is a man of strong convictions, and he doesn't give up easily, and for that we can be thankful. And please give a big round of applause for Senator Bill Seitz.
Good morning, everybody. What a beautiful day it is in Columbus. The four sweetest words in the English language are, "I told you so." In 2003, I put an amendment into the budget bill in the House that would have authorized slots at the racetrack, but the Senate took it out. I told you so. Think of the money we would have today had we done in 2003 what we should have done. In 2004, the Senate passed a joint resolution with the requisite 60% majority, and I carried that resolution in the House and fell, sadly, only 2 votes short of getting a 60% majority in the House. So we didn't get it on the ballot in 2004, but think of the money we would have today in the state of Ohio had we done in 2004 what we should have done. I told you so. In 2006, I worked very closely with the Learn and Earn Coalition, with the folks that put that proposal on the state ballot in that year. It was either 05 or 06. I might be getting my years mixed up. It was a great proposal for slots at our 7 racetracks and a couple freestanding casinos. We were going to use the money to support education in this state. And unfortunately, while that measure passed in Cuyahoga County, passed in my county and Hamilton County, at least I've convinced my folks, it didn't pass statewide. But to the voters of Ohio, I say, I told you so. Think of the money we would have today had we done in that year what we should have done. And now we face a debacle of epic proportions in this state. Even after the President of the United States shoveled billions and billions of dollars towards the states to help them weather this depression. And let us not make any joke about it. This is not a recession. This is a depression. Even after those billions, we find ourselves billions of dollars short in delivering the services that Ohioans depend on for the next 2 years. Well, I don't want to rub it in on my colleagues because we need their support now. Maybe now the situation has grown dire enough that we will now do what we should have done many long years ago, what our neighboring states have done many long years ago. The state of Indiana, a state that is no less conservative than Ohio and certainly no less religious than Ohio, gets upwards of $1 billion a year off of their casinos and racinos to benefit the state of Indiana. And most of that money, as you all from my corner of the world know, is Ohioans' money. My son went down to a bachelor party over the weekend. Where'd they have the bachelor party? The Belterre Casino. He called the next day, and happily for him, he won $350 playing blackjack. I said, son, at least you had the good sense to quit while you were ahead. But Ohioans are taking their money out of state. To think they're not gambling is wishful thinking. We need to recapture that revenue here, not merely to accommodate the desires of people in Ohio that wish to have that experience in Ohio, but also because what Indiana is now doing, and it's been well documented, they are taking their gambling profits and using it to lure Ohio companies to relocate out of Ohio over to Indiana. Now, when are we going to wake up and smell the coffee? So to my friends in the media, I wish you would do a fair poll that asks this question, because these are the only choices that Ohio faces right now. Here is the question. Write it down. From CNN to Fox to ABC to NBC to the Columbus Dispatch to Gomer News and Hannah News. Here is the question. Dear ladies and gentlemen of Ohio, you have three choices. Do you want higher taxes? Do you want the state to cut the services that you depend on, not somebody else's services, because it's going to affect the ones that you depend on? Or would you favor expanded gaming opportunities in this state? I know what the people of Ohio would say. If those were the three choices, I know what their answer will be. It is not a fair choice to say, I want to cut somebody else's services, but not mine. Do you know that 85% of the state's budget goes for K-12 education, health care for the poor and the indigent and the old, colleges and higher education, prisons and the justice system, and property tax relief? That's where our money goes. So if you want us to cut the state budget, we may have to. But it'll be services that you or your children depend on, and there's a better way, and that's to make these racinos a reality in this state. Tomorrow.